Wow. Welcome home, everyone. Long time. We've got Allah here. Nice to see you, Alastair. And lots of beautiful people. We have Christian, we have Ren, Oren, and everyone. Cool. So today we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about what's going on with the market right now. And you can see markets has actually been going down kind of beautifully, exactly what we predicted using our strategy. If you've been with us, you kind of know our strategies as well. Yeah, and oil was at, it went up to 10K the other day, just right there, 95K, just near the resistance line. We shorted that a little bit there, out around 23K, just right there. Those are students who are brave, they short at the tops as well. But it's not the easiest trade ever. It can be a bit tricky trade because um yeah, with leverage and stuff. When you're doing trades like that, you have to mentally prepare that it will go against you big time before it comes to you. Like for example, if you decide to, let's say, short S&P 500 here, you have to mentally prepare that it might go against you big time to the resistance line. I couldn't use S&P 500 because it's not always at the resistance line. If I use things that's always at the resistance line, like oil, then it will be easier to kind of compare. Okay. So just to be careful, try not to use IG platform if you really want to. Yeah, oil coming down means other stocks should be going up as well. So you can see what we're going to talk about today. Just talk about what's going on. You can see most of the stock was actually quite down. A lot of the AI stocks right now was quite down the whole month. Yeah, if I go to maps, you can see. Actually, let me go to for the whole year first. For the past whole year, I'm just gonna click. Where's the whole year? Year to date, probably. Yep, year to date. You can see year to date. Some stocks that is been doing quite well is like a lot of your AI stocks. Okay, we have a sector rotation situation going on. Your AMD went up big time. Intel, this is Texas Instrument. You have like Micron, NU, AVGO. This is Broadcom, Nvidia. So SanDisk went up 370. STX. Anet, Dell, 200%, WDC, Western Digital. A lot of them, you can see these are the one that's doing really well, but now we have a sector rotation going on. The one that's selling at a very, very high PE, very, very overstretch, okay? Um, Very high historical PE. That's a better way to use it. Very high historical PE now started to swap their location. You can see rather than year to date, if I do month to date, you can see a lot of started to swap their location. SNDK was down, Dell was down, STX, a lot of these MU, AMD, Intel, a lot of these AI stocks, anything to do with AI, they are down a little bit just right here. Yeah. Tesla wasn't doing really well because they are swapping their business model from from what? From EV cars. Now they want to make robots. So a lot of things are under developing at the moment. Google a bit tricky because if you read the financial statements, the earning release, they are, they are also investing big time in themselves, making them having quite a low free cash flow, which is very normal. Before before any of these companies become successful, they all have to borrow a lot of money, have to get a lot of loans just to invest in themselves. They issue bonds, they sell their stocks, and just to put a lot of money in themselves so that they can grow big time. Just like a railroad company, a railroad company. How can you have a railroad company? Initially they're going to put a lot of investment in themselves, they're going to invest in themselves so that they have a better future rate later on. They're going to go up big time, just like any air and your Boeing. A lot of any companies like that, utility companies also like that, they have to invest a lot in the infrastructures first so that they make a lot of big money later on. It's just like a baby. This is human nature, 0 to 20 as a baby. You don't work, you just study, you invest in yourself, you get student loan, all of that. And then later on, life gets easier. This is a human cycle. There's no such thing as get rich quick scheme where you come on in, let's start a business, and you don't have to do anything. very rarely. You always have to put some initial investment first in anything that is longevity, unless it's like free signal and stuff like that. Then there's kind of get rich quick scheme, and you pay forever. Yeah. And so that's kind of what happens. So well done, well done. So it's very normal for people to get a loan and to invest in themselves to paint the path for a better future later on. So what is it going on right now? Okay, the normal reaction people will have is, if you look at week to date, is that, oh wow, is this stock all gone then? Should we run away from all these stocks? If you look at it carefully, in the past 1 week time, Nvidia was down, AMD was down, Micron was down, SDNX was down, Dell was down. All of these AI stocks, semiconductors, computer hardware, they are quite down. Okay, the one that has been quite green in this past, week one we talk about sector rotations. The one that has been quite green is the one that hasn't been affected so much by it. Okay, for example, the one that has been doing really bad in the past 1 year, if you look at the one that's been doing really bad, if I show you 1 year performance, okay, which one is the reddest? Okay, 1 year performance, which one is the reddest? Okay, type in the chat box, which one is really, really bad? Type in the chat box, see if you can see it. Yeah. So you can see the one that's really, really red. Well done. Well done. Um, we've got, Evelyn, Sean, Kim Porter, Microsoft, PT, Harjinder, Chen saying all of that. You're absolutely right. So you can see the one that's really red is like Microsoft. Okay, really, really red. Oracle was really red. Palantir was really red. A lot of these software stocks, because they say that, you know what, why do I need software? I can ask AI to do everything for me. Well, it's true, but you have to, like, those who work in this area, you're probably going to know more than anybody else. Yeah, it's true. But in order for you to know this, you have to read the earning release, read the earning guidance, read the earning transcripts, where they actually tell you what's going on. Okay. So these have been very much beaten down. Like Netflix was beaten down big time. Meta was beaten down big time. Yeah, and some of these been beaten down big time. So this is in the past 1 year. And you know what happened? We have a sector rotation. We've been asking you to buy Microsoft. I hope some of you own some Microsoft. Yeah. Um, and yeah, like we have Lockheed Martins as well. We ask students to buy some Lockheed Martin. If you remember, if you set, if you watch some of the recordings, or if you ask for the recordings, let me see, where is it? Lockheed Martin Utility Defensive LMT. Where is that? Yep, here Lockheed Martin Industrial, the defense stocks that are Lockheed Martin RTX. Lots of students got in there as well, and all of that. Okay, they've been doing quite well. Okay, these are kind of defensive stocks. So if you can see, for the past 1 week, which is this week, we are swapping for a lot of sectors going on. Some stocks that is being used to do really bad, used to do really well, they are start being red, because we are balancing things. Very normal, very normal. Yeah, balancing things. It's like the AI bub. It's like 2000. What's that? 2000. Sorry, it's like, yeah, 2000 internet bubble. With the internet bubble pop, yes, everything went down, but certain stock went down way more than anyone else. Amazon went down 80%. Jeff Bezos has to come out and say, guys, we have more customers now. Our books are selling, so our Amazon are doing well, but why is the stocks down 80%? And he said that it's fine, because in the short term, he write in a letter, in the short term, stock market, you might want to write it down if you haven't already. In the short term, stock market is a voting machine. Voting means people get very emotional. They got divorced today, tomorrow they got breakup, the day after they got depression, and all of that. Short term is a voting machine, but in the long term, okay, the stock market is a weighing machine. What's a weighing machine means? Weighing machine means it comes back to how much money the companies make. So the earning guidance is so important. You want to make sure the companies is making money. Yeah. And the week 4 training, for those who want you on the week 4 training, we actually guide you how to make sure the companies is actually making money. Cool. So, where am I? Yeah. So in this is 1 week time. At the end of this session, I'm going to tell you what stocks to buy and what stocks to sell. So make sure you stay until the end and you want to just click that button. I realized that a majority of people didn't click the button when I asked them to click the button. That's crazy. But anyway, so make sure you just click the button. There's no right or wrong answer, just to do something, just to get you warm up. All right. You have to click the button at the end. Okay. Cool. What else? So yeah. So we talk about to buying individual stocks. Okay. Someone tell me, when is the best time to buy individual stock? When is the best time to buy like Apple? When is the best time to buy like Nvidia, SDNK, AMA, Dell, Anet? If you found some really gold mine, okay, today you found some, wow, you heard your neighbors talk about, wow, there's one gold mine stocks. You've done all your research, it's really beautiful. Tell in the chat box when is the best time to buy it. You found some really powerful stocks. You know this is gonna be like, beautiful stocks. And when's the best time to buy? Yeah. Let me look at the chart box. Well, well done. Okay. And what happened if you don't buy at this stage? What happened if you don't buy at that situation? What happened if you're like, oh, let me just buy it now? What happened? What happened? The only thing that's going to happen is temporarily, you might see some losses temporarily, but eventually it's going to go back up. Okay. And these temporary losses, I wouldn't call it anything. I will call it forget password. If you can't mentally see it, just click forget password. Given that if you're using the right trading platform, your trading 212, your all of that, your ISA account, all of that powerful trading platform that we recommend, without using leverage, they are all fine. Okay, you're not gonna lose money. Eventually, you're all gonna make money. Write it down. The biggest reason why people don't do well on trading and investing, the biggest reason, the only reason, the biggest reason is why is because during extreme fear market situation, they throw their towels. They did not continue to stay in the game. Like, let me give you an example. 2008 financial crisis came in, okay? All the properties was going down 80%. There will be crazy people selling their property at 80% discount. And that's the reason why, they were like, oh, why am I homeless? You know, and things like that. So in trading and investing, and how do you make money? You really make money by going opposite, by going against the crowd. That's really how the money is really being made. It's not really where you like, it's going out. Let me chase the bubble. Let me chase, let me chase, let me chase. This is why we've been really patient. This is why we've been really patient. We did not ask you to like, oh, let's just click your button to buy Micron. If you did click your button to buy Micron, that's fine. We just ask you to be like, mentally prepared that it's going to come down a little bit first. Yeah, mentally prepared it's going to come down a little bit first. It's not the end of the world. But let me just show you a little bit. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Okay, so that is kind of what happened. Just to give you a really powerful cycle so you completely understand. Okay, or I want to repeat this again. This is one of the most important thing. Okay, so I have gone through many stages of the economy, but this is eventually it comes down to first you will have, let's say you gone through you just gone through a extreme fear. Okay, Corona just happened, Iran war just happened, what else? Financial crisis just happened, internet bubble just popped. All of that, you were at the bottom. Some people, blood was on the street. Okay, blood was on the street, really bad. So that's what happened. Normally, when the markets recover, your growth stocks is gonna do really well. Okay, what's growth stock? Growth stocks is stocks that is actually revenue making 50%, 30% year over year, revenue 50% year over year. This is things like you saw it all the time. This is things like things that's always going up big time. This is things like you already know. Okay, we talk about this for quite a long time. So your some stocks that's growing the revenue and the margin, the EPS of the stocks is growing more than big time. One of the highest, one of the top 10. Okay, the other one that's gonna go around 100% return to around even 500% return. Okay, that's the first stage. Okay, During this stage, you see it already. Last year, you see every time in March, okay, during Corona time. This is things like your Nvidia. This is things like your Sundays, your Micron, your Western Digital, your all of that, AMD, all of that. Yeah, all of that. A lot of students bought them already during extreme field time. Your Cradle, your Acerolab, all of that beautiful stuff. Okay, they went up big time. And then once it went out, things is gonna lose their muscle. They're gonna lose their energy. And then a lot of things is gonna get left behind. Okay. A lot of things is gonna left behind. So something that no one is chasing is gonna get left behind. What is that? That is like no one is chasing, no one wants it. That could be things like your defensive stocks, okay, your Coca-Cola. There's things like your MasterCard that no one wants. Okay, there's things like your Meta, no one wants. Okay, there is your things like that's very big one, also no one wants, like Google, like your Tesla, all of that, no one wants because it's too big. It's not gonna make a lot of money because these big stocks is not gonna double just like that. Yeah. So these stocks, your Netflix, for example, and because no one wants them and people are selling them, investors are changing their money to a certain stock. They become your value stocks. They become cheap suddenly, V for value, okay? So when it got stretched, suddenly this is what happened in July time. A lot of things got stretched big time, okay? Got stretched big time. So during extreme field time, you can't just buy any stocks that you want. You want to buy the right stocks, okay? Some really powerful stocks so you make big money. And then once the money is being made, big money, you see some volume spike. A lot of these, they give us some hint already. There's some volume spike going on. Like, for example, Micron. You already know Micron is going to crash by looking at, if you remember, there is a we learned about volume spike as one of the investment indicators. Remember, if you look at the peak of the volume, if you remember, look at the peak of the volume, which is just here. You're like, wow, I want to be careful. So even you make a lot of money here, this is an extreme fear situation. You make a lot of money here, and you're like, wow, peak volume here, and you call it the day, and that's kind of what happened. Yeah, it happens for all of the stocks that you probably see, like your AMD. Okay, let's go to our website for a second. If you go to my website, the benhang.co.uk, and what is that called? We're gonna go into step by step. So you just see. Yeah, let's go to first step first. Okay, let's click on more, a lot of that. Okay. So let's see where we are right now. This is the very first that we are on. What number? Probably 38. Wow, very good. I love that it's only 38. So you can see the last time we have really an extreme fear was just around this stage. Would you agree? So that was when? That was just near April. That was just 3 months ago, 4 months ago. When was that? Let's look. Yeah, lots of our students going big time. March, yeah, extreme fear. So let me just show you the psychology of people just for a second. Psychology of the stock market. I just want to make this very clear because now it's a you can feel it. You can study your own psychology to see how you are feeling. You can see if people are panicking, that means, usually at this stage, people will be panicking. Let me show you. We haven't seen a lot of students panic yet. So this is a psychology of the market where extreme fear kind of happen. People get really anger, who shot to the market, why the government let that happen. People get depressed, my retirement is all gone. Okay. For the past few months, we have a lot of this thrilling going on. People euphoria, the AMD was going up big time. A lot of things are going up big time. Okay, Micron was going up big time. Now we are still a little bit here. We have a little bit anxiety, a bit of denial there going on. So we haven't really reached there yet. Okay. But I will tell you more about that later on where I think the support is going to come. All right. So we are almost there, but not there yet. Okay. We are almost there. But let me just show you something. So every single year we have 2, 3, sometimes even 4 extreme fears going on. You can see the last time where we have it is around, yeah, we just around here. Where is that? This is just March time. Yeah, end of March. There's an extreme fear. You should know what you should be doing then. You should be buying stocks just in March time. And then there's another one here just around November time. You should also be buying stocks there as a stock. Depends on the valuation of the stock. So you can see if you bought that just in March, which is just the arrow here, from 3, you went up really beautifully. From 3, you went up to 1, 2. So you 400 times your money in just in just what? In just 3 4 months time. Okay. If you just invest in like SP 500, you're probably just gonna make like 10, 15, 20% at that probably 10%. Yeah, just 10, 50%. But if you do it in the proper way, you make how many times? 40 times, 400 times more than what the S&P 500 can do. Okay. So just look at the volume spike, and then you a bit trim your position, run a little bit just there. Okay. So we'll be like, oh, when was the next time to buy this again? Wow, the realistic way is when it's come back, it come back to our high, it's come back to our high, which is around 5. That would be the jackpot. Okay. When Micron comes back to the 5, it will be really, really jackpot. That means you will be basically the same position as people who miss this much time. Okay. So just write that down. A lot of these high growth stocks that you look at that you really, really like, getting back during the stage before the Iran war is not a worst case situation. Yeah. If you get back during the stage as a support line during the Iran war, it's actually quite fine. Let me tell you something. Bear in mind, all of these stocks, they are making money every minute, every hour while we are speaking. It's just the stock price is coming down. But if you read the earning guidance really carefully, they are making big money very, very every day as we speak. So they are not getting worse. Okay. So what's the reason that things comes down? We don't really need to know the reason. There are a lot of reasons going on, that can be like, wow, knowing the reasons is quite nice. So how do you know how to invest in the stock? This is where the earning guidance comes. I don't want to complicate you, but just to make it very easy, you just want to make sure that the underlying business is not really getting killed. Okay. And the underlying business is not really getting killed. So I personally don't think, the AI business is getting killed. Let me tell you what happened during Amazon time, during 2000. Apple during 2000 dropped 80%. Berkshire, Warren Buffett company dropped 80%. A lot of this stuff. So some really, really great stocks, they can drop big. Let me show you. This is like February time, 2025. Okay. Some stocks like Amazon already dropped before anyone else. Do you remember during last year, Trump started to say that, guys, tariff came in? That's during 24th of March. Some stocks, some high growth stocks that's been stretching up big time will drop first before anyone else. So this is why a lot of the stocks that you are seeing right now, they already start dropping first. They got to drop first. Once they drop first, okay, because not only they drop, S&P 500 hasn't dropped yet. So I don't think so it's ending yet, because S&P 500 still kind of have to drop a little bit, okay, during extreme fear. But anyway, so they drop first, which is why we are seeing Micron is dropping now. AI stocks is dropping first, okay? That doesn't mean they're useless, okay? They're just dropping first because they have been very overstretched, okay? A lot of people are on margin, they're overstretched. You have to take a profit out. So they drop first. And then once they drop first, you can see when the tariff comes in, they drop another one. They will drop another time. And when they drop another time, they will usually be like, be okay. Okay. They drop another time. So even Micron was like that. Okay. Amazon, if you look at before Amazon, if you remember when the market crashed in S&P 500 crashed this year, it crashed on February. No, it crashed on March. Okay, S&P 500 kind of crashed on March. So you can see Amazon kind of crashed 1 month before the S&P 500 crash. So it crashed already, it just goes sideways. So when S&P 500 crashed, when the Trump come out and say, you know what, guys, there's Iran war. This doesn't crash anymore. 5th of March. It's not actually crashing big time. Let me show you S&P 500. 5th of March, S&P 500 started to crash this year. So if you see it, what's going on? We just remove this thing. So if you see it really carefully, 3rd of February, okay, kind of 3rd of February, okay, they come together, okay, 3rd of February, market was just coming down really beautifully like that. But some stocks like Amazon kind of stopped crashing 1 month before because they kind of already crashed a lot already. So what does that even mean? So I will give you another example so you really get it. Let's go to Micron. But just be really clear. Look, S&P 500 started to crash this year in 2nd of February. Last year, S&P 500 started to crash in March time, okay, around 20th of February, almost March time, 20th of February, okay? Let me show you what happened to Micron. Some of the best stocks in the world. Let me show you how they behave, all right? Because of all the shortages. So you can see they also started to crash in January. These guys crashed way before the S&P 500 started to crash in January. Can you see? This is like this year. What about last year? Let's look. S&P 500 crashed in February, remember? This crashed in January. So Micron, the best stocks, already crashed before. Yeah. So I will give you the conclusion later on, but I just want to show you back tests for you just to show a proven strategy. So you can see Micron, guys. Micron, one of the best company very beautiful company. They in 2025, this is where Trump came in 20th of February. Where's that? This is last year. Last year, 20th of February would just be, yeah, would just be here. Okay. So Trump comes in 20th of February, continue to crash a little bit, but even before, it's kind of crashes a little bit there already. Yeah, for Micron. Let me give you another one. The one that's doing quite beautifully this year as well as last year can be the name a lot of our students get on it. This is Cradle, okay? Cradle technology. I will show you another one. Why am I showing you this? I want to show you that when S&P 500 crash, yes, everyone would crash, but certain stock would have already crashed way before that. So for example, this guy was crashing, Cradle, one of the best company, was already crashing in 2nd of February. Okay, 2nd of February, sorry, 2nd of December, it started to crash. And then it crashed all the way. February S&P 500 crash. It continued to crash a little bit more to the support line. So you will see what we are seeing right now. Our Micron, our AMD are crashing right now. Yes, it will continue to crash a little bit, but you will find that later on when S&P 500 crash, they might not have so many chances to crash as much anymore. Okay, let me look at last year. The Liberation Day, Trump came in and gave all the tariffs to everyone. So that is here. Okay, that is when, let me have a look. Last year, 20th of February. Yeah, S&P 500 crashed here, 20th of February started to crash, but this guy already crashed in January time. Okay, so what's the point? The point what I'm trying to tell you right now is that you see a lot of these top stocks, they are crashing big time now. While S&P 500 hasn't really crashed yet. If I show you S&P 500, yeah, they hasn't actually reacted anything yet. This S&P 500 crashed in 15th of July, kind of, okay? 16th of July. How do you know 16th of July? If you remember one of our strategy on our sentiment, if you remember, let me show you. On our website, on this AAII sentiment report, how do you look at this? You look at this looking at the least number of bearish when no one is shorting stocks. Give me the date when no one is shorting stocks, the lowest number of people shorting stocks. Tell the chat box right now. The lowest number of bearishment. That means everyone is buying stock in the world. Even the 5-year-old people are buying stocks. Give me the date now. This is on the week 2 training, okay? Yeah. The date is, let's have a look. Well done. We got Lottie, we got Loren, we got Alastair, well done. July Chris, really, really good. If you're on a small profit for Micron, would you take your profit then to buy back lower? If you only have one share, two share, that's fine. I will tell you at the end because we might be ready to buying beautiful things. So I'll tell you some stocks to buy at the end of this session. So you're right. July 5th is the time where everyone is buying stock. In history, we have never had that happen. And what happened? When everyone goes in, remember the psychology we told you? No one will show you this. When people are really euphoria, I'm a genius, I'm going to go in, all in. When people think that they're going to go in, when people are not feeling scared, they are very brave, that is the time where you run. Okay? 15th of July. There's a time, it's one of our websites, one of our strategy, guys. It's one of strategies, just step by step here. Number 9, AI sentiment. We click on it and on my website. 32.9, 15th of July. And what happened on 15th of July? Wow. S&P 500. Can you see 15th of July here? 15, 16th of July, S&P 500 is the top of the market. It started to go down since. All right. It started to go down since. So 15th of July, S&P 500 kind of goes down. But a lot of the stocks kind of went down way before already. Like Micron going down when the volume spiked, which is where? Which is just, just here. Okay, the volume spike just right here. Can you see 120? Very nice and even number. Started to went down since. Okay, so that's kind of what happened. So just to answer some of your questions, does it mean that the stocks that we really, really like the one that crashing big time, does it mean that they are useless and we will never buy them anymore? No. Apple were crashing 80%. Amazon was crashing 80%. This is a whole industry crash. It's not one stock crash. When the whole when the whole semiconductor went down together, all of that gone down together is a good news. It's not one individual. So one individual stock is a bit dodgy, but if it is a whole thing crashed together, you are fine. Corona, whole thing crashed together, you are fine. Financial crisis, the whole world crashed together, you are fine. Okay? So that is kind of what happened. This is why we always stress this. We always repeat about this because I want to repeat this so that repetition is a master history, is a mother, father, brother of success, especially during crucial time. Because even though I repeat it, people will still buy dodgy stocks during greed stage. People will still buy during very greedy stage. Yeah. So that's just be tricky. Okay. So you want to buy during really, really nice stage. Unless it is unless your stock has been at the lowest PE ratio. Okay, like what we saw Microsoft, very low PE ratio. Yeah. Unless your stock is also the new theme, a new catalyst, like a lot of defensive stocks, because Trump was approving 3 trillion, 1 trillion for a lot of defensive contracts. So a lot of defensive stocks are going up nicely. So unless you have some catalyst to justify your answer, to justify why you are trying to buy, then maybe you can do a little bit of that, but I wouldn't go all in on that. So that is kind of what happened just right here. So let's talk about right now. What about right now? Do we buy right now? Should we go all in, and buy right now? So first we saw that it's still at fear. So you should know already the time to buy, if you look at it carefully, historically, our strategies are so beautiful, almost every single time. Where are we? So yeah, January, this is March, is a nice time. January, March is a nice time. Almost every single year, we kind of like really, really nice. This is always the best time to buy. You're not going to regret you bought here because eventually you went up big time. You went up big time. You went up big time. The red line is the S&P 500 went up big time. So when it comes down really nicely, it will go up big time as well. Yeah, just being disciplined. When people say, "Oh, what do you mean by being disciplined?" This is what I meant by being disciplined. Okay. Now that's the first part. The second part is, oh, when is gonna happen then? When is gonna happen? My strategy is so powerful. I even tell you when it's gonna happen. So you go back to our website and you go to this thing. Okay. It tells you here. It tells you when it's gonna happen. So let's have a look. So you can see we say that historically for the past 15 years, March always went down. This is during Corona time. This is during financial crisis time. March, this is during every single time something is going to happen in March. I'm going to tell you next year something is going to happen in March and we never know what, but something is going to happen. Yeah, maybe Beatles is going to come. Maybe we have a new beef virus or whatever that is, something's gonna come. But anyway, so also according to this, it's also saying something is gonna come in July time. Can you see? Something is coming in July time. That's in July time. The 15-year average in July time. Can you see? Which is what we are on right now, almost at the end of the July. Just see it, just print this. You will be very happy that you did. Okay? Just print this, you'll be very happy that you did. So this is what we are seeing right now. So a lot of things that we were taught really go up really beautifully. Our strategy has been quite nice, following our step 2, of our $1 million strategy. Okay, this is step 2, just to see when it's gonna happen. Okay, what about next stage then? Oh, okay, then where's gonna happen next? Okay, let's look at what's gonna happen next. So according to what we see here, what is gonna happen next is that it looks like, okay, it does looks like a nicer thing is gonna come down even more. So the first half of 1st August and 2nd of August, first, second week of August is gonna come down a little bit more. Sometimes it can give you a chance to take your profit. If it comes back up, it's a chance for you to take your profit. So it comes pull back up to 1,000 to 100. Wow, it's a chance for you to take your profit. Okay, come back to the resistance line. It's a chance for you to take a profit. Like, for example, S&P 500, yeah? Now we are here. Maybe it's going to pull back to 75, 755, chance for you to take a profit, okay? 1 week, 2 weeks, like that, according to what we are seeing, okay? There's going to be a small pullback potentially, or you will just come down like that, okay? So that looks like what's going to happen in the next 1 to 2 weeks time, okay? If it goes up, if you make some money on some individual dodgy stocks, high growth stocks, yeah, take some profit is actually quite fine. It's not the end of the world, right? It's not the end of the world. It might come back. Like, for example, your beautiful Micron, it can go down 10% in one day. Tomorrow it can go up another 10%. Okay, things are like that. So, and 2 days it went up 20%. 3 days it went up 50%, something like that. So you just take your profit as you go back up there, because another thing is gonna come. Okay, so like that, and then another thing is gonna come back down like that. That's what it says there. Okay, that's what it says there. So I show you another one as well. This is what it says there as well. So this is another one where's August. August was just around, I'm not sure where's August. Yeah, we're just around there. A little bit of pullback kind of going on. This is end of July. Pullback kind of going on. Giving you another chance of a pullback. Okay. You might be lucky to take money. If you have any red, you might have a chance. Okay. You might have some red, then you can take your chance to, if it both goes back out. What does that what do you mean? Let me tell you exactly what I meant. So for example, if you happen, okay, I don't think so anyone does, but if you you already sold them. A lot of students do own a lot of Micron very beautifully. So that means we are here. Okay, maybe there's gonna be a pullback to your 100 line. Take a little bit of your profit out. Be careful of the volume spike. Take a bit of profit out when it goes up there. Remember, you only take profit on a blue, please. Only close your trades when it's in the green. Okay, never ever close trade when it's not green. Okay, never ever close trade when it's not green, please. Green means you're making profits. Yeah, kind of close trade when it's green. Anyway, so let me come back. Yeah, this is to show people that who's kind of already own something. If you haven't owned it, that's fine. Then it's good chance for you coming in. Or you don't have to do anything. Your portfolio is going nicely, beautifully, happily, screaming. Okay, same thing with Meta, by the way. Okay, if Meta, I'm just trying to remember names and just trying to remember what stocks you guys own using my memories. This is why apprenticeship is so important, so that I know what stocks you are owning. Okay, so you have to show me what stocks you're owning. So Meta, if it comes back to 68, okay, even 66, even actually you guys can see the volume spike. When I see the volume spike, I sold a lot of my Meta actually. Yeah, when I see the volume spike. So it might go up a little bit there. If it comes back to, now I'm going to tell you something, guys. Meta might go even lower than this support line. Okay, it might go even lower. Okay, but anyway, the biggest risk is not investing, is not putting your money into work. These temporary losses is absolutely fine. Look at Corona. Look at Corona, like you'll be like, where is it? You'll be like, Corona. A few weeks later, you'll be like, oh, why is Corona? You don't even feel it. You don't even feel it. Remember, however much it can drop to, and what really helps me, write it down. What really, really helps me to stay put is just remember, if it can go down 20% in one day, if it can go down 20% in one day, tomorrow it can go up again 20%. That's gonna help you to stay put. Okay? That's gonna help you to stay put. Yeah? Or if you really can't stand it, just click forget password. You'll be absolutely fine as well. Okay. But anyway, so eventually it's gonna go up big time. But I'm just for simplicity's sake. So if it pull back up, if it pulls back up to 65 and stuff like that, you pull back up, you see the volumes by taking your profit on Meta on this resistant line is not the worst case situation. Yeah. But if you don't really care about, oh, I don't really care about all these minor up and down, I don't have to do anything. Well, you can just hold it. That's absolutely fine because eventually Meta will go to 80K. Mark my word, Meta will go to 80K. Yeah. So even taking a profit a little bit here, you don't really care, that's fine. You can go to 80K eventually. Yeah. When S&P 500 reach all-time high again, Meta is going to go all-time high again. Okay. If the earning guidance is still doing well and stuff like that. Micron is going to reach all-time high again. Okay, it's going to reach all-time high again. A lot of these beautiful stocks, their guidance still going up. No one is replacing them. They will go to all-time high again. Okay. Now, let's continue. So that is kind of what happened. Okay. But we are very, very close to an extreme fear now. If we reach extreme fear, we will just do it straight away. Okay. We'll just do it straight away. For apprentices, when you reach extreme fear, you will just automatically book for your one-to-one so we can do it together. Yeah, only for apprentices. Anyway, let's come back here right now, market valuation and all of that. So what was I talking about? Okay. So that's kind of what happened. Okay, if you really, really want to know what trigger a lot of these things going down, is always one or two stock. Yeah. It's always individual stocks that has already triggered this thing beautifully. Yeah. It's always individual stocks that has triggered this thing very beautifully. Someone is asking, should I put a pending order on Micron? It's okay to put a pending order. Okay, it's okay. But if you are very busy, if you can't see and stuff like that, if you're really busy, you can do a pending order. But the best thing to do is um, um the best thing to do is actually just wait for extreme fear and just to click it. Yeah, every day you just click it like that. But if you really, really want to put a pending order, you can. You definitely can. Okay. Um, I find both very helpful, but at this moment in time, doing it at extreme fear could be nicer because the problem is they can go down 10% in a day. So you put a pending order, you'll be like, wow, 10% gone. But if you just follow our steps, our open insider, all of that, it will be really, really similar. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Meta. Yep. Like you can see, this is a support line. How do you do a pending order? You normally put at the absolute support line, or the line that you will be happy to get in. Okay, the line that is a volume spike going on. Okay, that's another big topic. Anyway, so that's really, really good. Now, let's talk about our undervalue also getting a little bit undervalued now. So today we'll definitely buy a little bit something here because getting a little bit undervalued for certain things. Last time was 14, now it's around 9. 9 could be it's one of the highest. We're going to buy something before the end of this session. So my question is, how do we know what is going to trigger this? It's always triggered by something. This is where your week 4 training actually comes in, okay? Some people might get confused. They don't understand. It's fine. We're going to go through it together. Your individual stocks, guys, is the one that trigger earning guidance. Okay, you're going through the news is the one that is going to trigger the apocalypse. The reason why your software stocks has been doing quite well, okay, because recently we have some earning going on. Okay, let's look at some earnings for a second. Okay, these are some of the beautiful earnings. Okay, I showed you before. One company is going to affect all companies. Okay, one company is going to affect all companies. So let's go through this a little bit, just so you know what's going on. We got some. I would like to show you last week. Last week we've got like, what should we have last week? Last week we've got some companies releasing earnings like Amex. We've got like, let me see. Just give me a minute. Someone is calling me. Let me see who is calling me. Cool. Let's look at some earnings and beautiful things. So just give me a minute. Now, let's have a look. What we're going to do now, I'm going to show you last week. What companies released their earnings last week? I think that's what I'm trying to do, isn't it? Let's have a look. What companies are releasing their earnings last week? Yeah. Transaction. Okay, let's have a look. Where do we go from here? Last week we've got. How do you find this? You can use AI to help you. Okay, it's not too difficult. But I'm just gonna see. I think I have the picture last week, didn't I? Anyway, so how do you find? Very simple. I'm gonna go to this website. It's just called what companies? Maybe Market Screener. Market Screener. It's gonna tell you what's gonna release. Calendar. Yeah, calendar. Market Screener is quite beautiful. So yeah, you can see last week, beautiful, beautiful cup. We're providing you some of the best for apprentices. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do now, I want to show you last week. So how do I go to last week? So I'm gonna click on this. Friday. We have American Amex. Amex comes out their earnings. I'm gonna give you the earning for Amex and you tell me whether it's good or bad. Okay. So type in here, give me the past. Just 5 is fine. Most recent earning guidance outlook margin of Amex. What else do we have last week? It's about one individual stocks affecting the whole thing. That's why I'm looking at that. Okay, Intel. Okay, Intel. We're gonna go to Intel later on. What else do we have? Now, if companies release good news and the stock goes down, this is it. That means no, that means the stock actually needs to go down. So the whole sector is going to go down. So if a company releases really good news and the stock goes down afterwards, afterwards, okay, it went up and then it goes down negative, ends negatively. That means no one cares about good news anymore. So that means the stock actually has to go down to do some corrections. Okay, we got Tesla on Wednesday. We've got what Alphabet on that. Okay, I'm going to show you these two. Actually, let me show you 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm just going to copy this again and say what have we got? Alphabet and Tesla and what else? What's that? Intel and RTX. Okay. So you kind of want to know because these individual stocks is going to be a trigger for you. Let me tell you who is the trigger for these AI stocks coming down. Let me show you more. We have Taiwan Semiconductor on the 16th of July there. Those are also quite huge. We got Netflix there as well. Okay, that's also huge. Might look at that. So you can put it on there. I'm showing you how to do it fast, okay? Netflix, what's that? Taiwan Semiconductor. We might buy some of these. Let's see. United Heath was there as well. I'm going to put UNH there. I'm showing you how to do it fast. People are like, oh, how do I know? Here, this website. Our website. ASML was there, 15 of holding. You can probably think this is the bottom, this is the top of the market. Okay, ASML. So let's put ASML here. ASML. What else have we got? Johnson, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Citigroup. Finances company usually come first, and then the rest come. What else you've got? Citigroup, Penguin Solution, Health, Costco. You want to see what is going to affect everything, yeah? United Microelectronics. Ooh, that's crazy. United, what's that? United Microelectronics. United Microelectronics. This can be due to semiconductors. Because if you want to know if you own a lot of semiconductors, you look at which semiconductor source is releasing the earnings. And if it's really bad, well, the whole world is going to be bad. What else have we got? Yeah, there's almost about that. We have some Nike here. Where else do we have? FedEx. We have Micron here. Can you see Micron? 24th of, what is this? 24th of June. Okay, last one, Micron. Okay? Let's read it really carefully to see what happened. Let's start with Micron first. Okay? 24th of June. You can see 24th of June, Micron came out. And no matter what kind of earnings they are giving, let's see if the investor like it. 24th of June, Micron. Where is that? 24th of June. Congratulations. It's the top of the market. Okay. So market was going up big time. And then volume spike happened and happened 2 days after people were analyzing it. And then there's a earnings comes in. So earning comes in, first day, okay, second day was bad, third day was bad. And then when it's a volume spike giving you a signal that is really bad, wow, that's it. And you study the Micron, okay? We're gonna read the Micron. You'll be like, wow, if Micron, the biggest company in the world, is not giving a good news, not an incredible good news, you'll be like, you're gonna be a bit scared a little bit, okay? You take profits out of your pocket. Let's have a look. So let's have a look one by one. I'm showing you some really powerful stuff right now. We only show you to apprentices usually how to find stocks. We call this the bottom down analysis. So many people thinking that stock is a top up analysis. They think that the economy is gonna affect the industry. They think that the industry is gonna affect the sector. The sector is gonna affect the company. That is okay. That's okay. That is an okay kind of analysis. But if you look at it carefully, even Corona time, some stocks already give you some warnings. Okay. Some stocks already give you some warnings. Yeah. Some stocks already giving you some warnings. Yeah. Jack, I'm going to tell you what stock to buy at the end of this session. So please stay tuned. And yeah, some stocks to buy till the what am I talking about? Yep, till the end of this. Okay. So that is kind of what happened. So, but the reality, I was talking about the reality. The real money making is a bottom-up analysis where individual companies come first. It's going to affect the market, guys. Not even joking. The reason why internet bubble pop is because one individual stocks is showing really, really bad earnings and the whole thing pop. The reason why, the AMD and all of that is not doing like semiconductor because the earnings of individual companies. If you know this, wow, you are unstoppable. Then you will be a lover of stocks. And it's so easy. We're gonna study now. How to study. So let's look at Micron first because it's one of the biggest on that. So one after another, they give you some signal. Let's look at Micron, the past 5 earning guidance of Micron. Okay. It released on 24th of June because it's kind of like the top of the market. Let's see why is this the top of the market. Okay, let's see. So this is the top of the market because you can see it carefully. Micron used to have earnings of 10 billion, and then it goes to 12 billion, 23rd of February 2025. It should have been more in the past, but we only give 5 quarters, so you can't really see properly. After the 12, on the 17th of December, I think Micron gave around probably 15 or 16, 18. Okay. And then in March time, very happy, they double their profit. So it becomes what? 33. Okay. And then now, 24th of June, they are also almost double their profit, but it's not as high as the one before. So investor was like, okay, they'll be like, oh, okay. It's because we are expecting so much because the P ratio of this is, because this been going up big time. So they're expecting a lot. So it's not as high as it is. So people will be like, oh, a bit scared a little bit. Okay. And the margin was kind of at the top already, top of the line, 86%. 100 pound you gave him, 86% is in their pocket. The margin is a bit high. Business usually 50% margin, but because of the memory and everything. So that's the first kind of trigger. And then what happened after Micron? After Micron, you've got some AI companies start releasing their earnings as well. This is 24th of July. So a lot of steps, a lot of sequential steps giving you some hints. We've got like United Microelectronics. This is a very big what? AI stocks. ASML, 15th of what is this? July. Okay. Taiwan, 16th of July. So let's go to 15th and 16th of July. So it went down a little bit, and then 15th of July, 14th of July, 15th of July, another bomb, just a little small bomb. And this bomb is by Taiwan Semiconductor. So let's look at Taiwan Semiconductor. So first, okay, 15, okay, just that. Anyway, let's go back. So what happened to the news of Taiwan? But let me tell you something, it's still good, by the way. 33 to 50 are still quite, are still quite good. But I'm not thinking so they're gonna get more than 86, but these are still good. You wouldn't, it's very rare you will find any stock. Remember last year I gave you a homework to find stocks that double. So make sure you give me the stock that double later on, yeah? Please send me the stock that double. So the next one I want to talk about is United Microns as well. Let's see what happened. So this is a AI stocks as well. This is what? Global Semiconductor Foundry. This is also another semiconductor stocks, okay? They released their earnings on when? 28th of July. So another semiconductor stocks released their earning. Okay, it's like remember Porsche, remember BMW, all of that one by one. When one is bad, the whole world is bad. So if you're not sure about Micron, you'll be like, I'm not entirely sure. Is it good or bad? You don't know how to read. 33, 50, not sure what is good or bad. You have another chance. United Micron. So let's have a look. So mid high, low. Normally we will go to the companies directly to learn how to do this. Okay, to read properly. But because today we are doing so many things together, we're making it simple. So mid-high single growth, low, so flat no growth, flat no growth, high single digit growth. Okay, this is 29th of April. So they didn't give us the latest one. We want the one in July. So they didn't give us that. So we're gonna tell this to do it again. Okay. Please give me the most recent earning guidance of this guy, including the one in July, please. So we can't just follow like that. Remember, AI is supposed to make our life easier. It's not going to replace us. It's not going to be like, oh, I just use AI to buy stocks now. No, you still need to have the strategy. You still have to have the, like it's like AI is like your mate. AI is like your slave. AI is like your worker. You still have to tell the worker what to do. You have to tell the worker, guys, you have to do this. Yeah, you still need the strategy. So anyway, so let's look at ASML while we are waiting for the United Micron. This is based in Europe, all right? Let's look at ASMLs as well. So you can see this one was what? 15, 32, 34, 36, 43. So it was, okay, the full sales outlook was increasing, okay, was increasing. Okay, 34, 36, 43, so it was quite nice. The margin 51, 51, 54 was quite nice as well. Major rates, okay, it was quite a nice rate. So So ASML should be like quite happy on this day. And if ASML is not happy on this day, that means that's it. 28th of July, isn't it today? Even the date was a bit wrong. Let me ask. When was ASML earning release? It was 15th of July, guys. Can you see? Even AI is making mistakes like that. Yeah, so we can't rely on AI. Can you see? If you rely on AI to buy stocks, you're going to lose a lot of money. So thank God you are on the mentorship training because we tell AI what to do. So let's look at ASML. Okay, let's ask to do it again. Okay, so we have this UMC now. Okay, let's do it again one more time. Give me the past, so let's say 6 most recent earning guidance of ingredient one and and what? And ASML. You'll be like, oh, Raymond, what are you doing here? I'm showing you how to analyze stocks in the easiest way possible that no one else in the world is going to teach you. It's so easy. It's only complicated because I'm summarying it. I'm reading 10 stocks all together. So you feel like it's a lot, but it's actually very simple. Yeah, you're just comparing the guidance like it's your salary. For those who are new, you might completely not get this because this is a week 4 training, but you're gonna learn it later on. Okay. Anyway, let me continue for a bit. Where are we? So, okay, still loading. Because I was asking AI to do too many things at the same time, so they're giving me a little bit of a crazy answer. So let's do it one by one. So hopefully they're gonna give us a normal answer. Yeah, it's still giving 29. It's a bit weird. It's really weird. Yeah. 15. Okay, AM salary is correct now. Okay, let's look at ASML. 7, 7, 4. This is your salary. 9.2, 8.2, 8.4, 11. So it's quite nice news. 55, 15th of July. ASML, 15th of July should be quite nice. If it is not nice, that means, the whole sector is finished. So that means temporarily. ASML, let's do 15th of July. Okay. So let's see. They release the earnings. People are waiting. 15th of July. Yeah, it's quite nice. You're gonna see it's really trying to spike up beautifully. And when you see when the next 3 days is not really doing well, you'll be like, wow, what's going on? Okay. This is another news going on. So you can see they're quite stable, they're quite nice because their earnings are quite good. Okay. But remember, buy the rumors, tell the news. People are expecting a lot. The ASML is doing well, but we have other peers, guys. We have other brothers and sisters not doing well. Porsche can be doing well, but if BMW is not doing well, what Mercedes is not doing well, the whole thing is gonna come down as well. Okay, so that's what happened. So that's ASML. Let me look at this one more time because it's not giving me a nice answer for that. Cool. So the next one that we're gonna look at is your Taiwan semiconductor, okay, which is just here. So let's get Taiwan. Taiwan was 39, 31, 32, 34, 39, 44. That's okay. Now let's look at the red flag. Tell me what's the red flag for Taiwan semiconductor? Would you buy or would you sell? Buy in the chat box right now. Would you buy or would you sell? Type in the chat box right now. Remember, this is a practical training. There's no right, there's no wrong answer. We are here to learn. This is a bit difficult answer questions as well. Type the chat box. Would you buy or would you sell? If you look at this, is it a very good news? Is it a bad news and stuff like that? Just type in the chat box just real quick for me. Yeah. There's no good or bad news. Yeah. All news are fine. I'm teaching you how to interpret financial statement. Warren Buffett wished someone could have interpret the financial statement like that for them. Okay. Even MBA would not teach you how to interpret. MBA, 180,000 pounds. Okay. type AB, MBA course right now. I have lots of friends who went to MBA. Okay, some of the students who already been to MBA, so they pay £180,000 to learn the history of stocks, history of stock market. Guys, stock market is when one day someone do this, someone do that. They don't even know how to interpret financial statement. They don't know when to buy. They don't know when to sell. They don't know July market is gonna crash. They don't know March market is gonna crash using our powerful trading strategy. They don't know the psychology. So well done to you for paying so little, but learning so much more than people who paid £180,000 for the MBA. Well done for all of you. I'm so proud for you. You're doing really well. This is why people say you're the best training in the world. And I strongly believe that. Because if anyone is better, I've already been there, I've already done that, I've already got that training. Because it's like a pizza. If you like to eat pizza, you will eat all pizzas in the world. I say that many times. But anyway, come back because I never stop eating, the things that you like. But anyway, so come back. What I want to show you now, I want to show you your answer. So what let me say? Well done. A lot of people say skip, do nothing. You are absolutely right. So if you look at it carefully, I told you before, some people might not get it. But yes, the revenue was doing well, but the margin was actually coming down. Guys, margin coming down is not a good news. Okay, it's not a good news. So people will be like, oh, why is margin coming down? Taiwan Semiconductor, what is the best company in the world? Why is the margin coming down? A bit of red flag going on there. But the reason why the margin coming down because Trump is asking Taiwan to build more companies, factories in whatever country, okay, in US rather than Taiwan. So that's the reason margin coming down. But you're right, margin coming down is a red flag. So you can see Taiwan Semiconductor probably it's going to come down ever since 16th of July. Why is Taiwan Semiconductor probably the only stocks company that make chips? Yeah, 17th of July. Let's see what's happened. Yeah. So just right there, when was that? Let me have a look. The date for this, 16th of July, were just right here. Really big kind of down day. And the next day also down like that as well. Okay. So that's kind of what happened there. So well done for a lot of you. So you can see, even though other companies are doing okay, giving okay signal, but you can see Taiwan, one of the biggest companies, is the number one manufacturing semiconductor company, is giving red flag. You'll be like, wow, what's going on with our chip? I thought chip is really one of the best get rich quick scheme. So that's kind of what happened. So because of that, a lot of things started to be a little bit tricky. So let's look at Intel. Intel was like 12, 12, 17, 13, 15. Intel was like 39, 42, 34. So Intel was actually quite good compared to so many other people. Intel is quite good. Intel could be a good buy during extreme field time. Okay, Intel could be a good buy. Okay, so when you see a really good stocks giving good earnings, they also come down. That means that they actually have to come down. That means the whole sector is coming down. Like for example, Apple, one of the best stocks, making a lot of money in Corona, also came down during Corona crash. Why? That means they have to come down. So this just the whole thing is coming down. The whole sector is coming down. So what is that? That is what? Intel. Yeah. So the date of that earnings was just in 23rd of July. Yeah, it tried to push up big time, really good news, push up big time, but other forces are so strong, it just went down a little bit then. Okay. But eventually, Intel buying it at the price before the war, which is 6K, is such a good deal. Okay. Buying Intel at 6K is can be a good deal. Let me see how much Intel is making. So Intel is making how much money? From 12 to 15, probably just around 30%, 36, 42, break even zero. Yeah, EPS increased big time, 30%. They are growing. I'm looking at the salary. I'm looking at last year, 14th of July is 12.6 billion. This year, 15.8 billion. So I minus them, I calculate whether it's more than 30%. Let's look at the next one. So with all of that going on, Alphabet, for example, 22nd of July, maybe this is a killer. So 22nd of July, Alphabet, this is what happened. They are 22nd of July. They didn't really say it here, but they actually raised their capex to 190 billion. Okay, let me do it again. So give me the pass for including, yeah, capex. including their capex. Can you see that even we found some really best company in the world, we don't buy straight away? We buy during the extreme fear cycle. But what if you already bought it? That's fine. You will still make money. Some of the best traders that I know, they don't know about extreme fear because no one told them that. They just buy it straight away. Remember, if you don't have the puzzle, if no one told you about this human psychology, sentimental strategy, I found out by going through so many emotions of the people. I started to recall my emotion and then I realized, wow, every single time it's like that. And I started to make this strategy like that. Yeah. But most people will not have this realization. Most people wouldn't have this realization. So most people, they have all the steps, but they don't have the extreme fear step. So they buy straight away. There are people who buy straight away. So what happens if they buy straight away? Their stomach is very big. They have very big stomach. That means what? They mentally, physically tolerate that their money is minusing 50%. And that's fine. And they're still going to make money. Yeah. Yeah. And they're still going to make money. Just thinking about yeah, because one of Warren Buffett, one of his famous quote is when buy when everyone is really when people are really fearful, yeah, and get greedy when people are very fearful. So I was like, okay, he's keep talking about that. I was like, oh, okay, how can I measure it? How can I measure it? How can I measure how people are fearful or not? And finally, we found a tool for you. Anyway, let's come back. Alphabet. So Alphabet past 5 earning guidance, you can see they are raising their capex. What is capex? Capex is capital expenditure. So they are spending more money to invest in themselves, which is normal. Alphabet, Google, everyone is using Google today, guys. The reason why you are using it so happily, they have you type something, AI comes out very happily, because Alphabet has spent a lot of money on it. They have spent billions of pounds. You know how much is 1 billion? They spend billions of pounds to develop that for you. And it's normal. Before Alphabet becomes Alphabet, they also spend billions of pounds to become Alphabet. Because before Meta, before Apple giving you Apple iPhone, they also spend billions of billions to become that. So it's normal for companies to invest in themselves. It's very, very normal. And it's a good thing. If they don't do it, if you have a newborn baby, 5-year old, you ask him to start working, you'll be like, what's happening? He's gonna suffer forever because he he didn't invest in himself, he didn't get a loan, he didn't do that, he didn't do this. So he's going to suffer forever. But if you let people have 20 years, 10 years, 15 years of investing in themselves, their life get easier later on. That's a normal human natural process. And most people, they want to get rich quick. They don't want the baby to drink milk. They want the baby to start working, guys. They want the baby born, go and work straight away. And when the baby went 30-year-old, 40-year-old, it's gonna be a bit tricky because he hasn't, developed a lot of skill set yet. Yeah, unless they are learning skill. Okay, if they become a, I don't know, trash picker all the time, it's gonna be a bit tricky because all they learn their entire lifetime is trash picking. Okay, so but if they learn, some other skill, they'll be very different. But anyway, let's look at Alphabet. So what happened to Alphabet is that, their margin was going down from 36 to 34, and yeah, they're just doing capex was a bit high, but the revenue was very well. There are a lot of things are very well. So people are not so, so yeah, so that can be a triggering a little bit of something going on, because you can see they've been spending 85 last year, they spent 93, they spent 175, they spent 180, they spent 195. Some of the best, these are the smartest people in the world. This is like Elon Musk, guys. These are the smartest people that you ever see in their entire lifetime. And this is what they're doing. Because that's how they get there. That's how they become the smartest person in the world. This is how they become the richest person in the world, because they do that again and again. Elon Musk almost went bankrupt 3-4 times. Donald Trump almost went bankrupt many, many times. They lost everything. They are negative billions and billions, even worse than the guy who is homeless. And that's why they get stronger than ever, because they are willing to take the risk. Willing to take the risk means what? Here. Where is it? Yeah, here. They are willing to go through depression. They are willing to go through disbelief. They're willing to go through the anger. Yeah, this is what life usually is like. So this is why there's a saying. Write it down. There's a saying. If you're in hell, continue to go through your hell, because eventually there's only one way. You're going to get back out. Okay, so never give up. I cannot stress this more enough. Never ever give up. This if there's only one thing you can take away from here, the only reason how I become from really, really broke to where I am today to be a multi millionaire. A lot of other people also the same because they never give up. Okay. Sometimes it's gonna be very angry, very depressed. We haven't on that stage yet, but I want to plant the seed in your brain right now. Never give up because eventually you're gonna get there. Okay. And yeah, this is the most important part. It's like running a marathon. One step away, you feel like you're gonna die, but if you never give up, you're gonna get there. So I cannot be more prouder than you because you guys never give up and keep on investing in yourself. So proud of you. Now let's come back. Now, yeah, it's a lot of series of stocks triggering triggering what? Triggering the semiconductor of a little bit of triggering semiconductor, a little bit of correction kind of going on. Okay, it's a little bit of that. But let's come back to what we are looking there right now. Okay, you can look at a lot of other things. The reason why Tesla has been coming down is the same. It's on the papers, guys. You don't have to guess. One of the biggest mistake people make in their entire lifetime is they just look at the chart. They look at the chart only. And they will never become a successful trader. If you just look at average range, if you just look at like all of these support resistance, you look at this you will never get there, guys. If you just look at the chart, okay? And Warren Buffett spent his first 10 years looking at the chart, all kinds of other chart, MACD and all of that chart, and he never get nowhere. Finally, he get nowhere because, just think about it for a second. If Apple is not making a great phones and they have a beautiful charts, that doesn't mean nothing. Yeah. But anyway, so let's come back. I'm looking at Tesla. I want to show you Tesla because some people own Teslas as well. I want to talk a little bit about Tesla. I want to talk about Netflix as well. RTX, that's what RTX defense stocks, okay? Defense stocks 84, 86, 92, 92, 95. Defense stock margin doing really well, 7.1, 8.5. Defense stocks are doing really well. So you definitely want to own some defensive sectors, okay? Large raise across sales, guys. RTX, they're going to go to all-time high. A lot of students already own Lockheed Martin. It's the same. Okay, let's do Lockheed Martin. So let's look at Lockheed Martin. Some people want to look at Cradle. Some people want to look at what? Let's have a look. All of that. So let's go to the next one. I want to talk about Tesla a little bit. Because Tesla is going to go down even more if you read their statement. Where is Tesla? Okay, let's look at Netflix first, okay? So Netflix margin 29, 31, 31, 31. Okay, that's quite fine. Revenue core double-digit growth 13. Revenue expected to remain strong. Annual operating income growth above 20. What's that mean? Okay, let's do it again for Netflix. Any stocks that you guys want me to look at that in the chat box? But make sure the stock is useful. Okay, let's look at Cradle. So some people want to look at Cradle. Cradle was 1.8 because the difference is 50. What is that? 100? What's that? 100? Can you see, guys? Just look at the differences. 185 to 23 is 50. 23 is 33 is 100. 100 to 42 is 100. 42, the salary only increased by 40 million. Okay, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? 64, the good news is margin is increasing big. Copax margin is 49. Yeah, margin is still good. Cradle is still quite nice. And if you look at Q4 to Q1, now because we only look at the past 5, we can't really see if Q4 to Q1, even though it's only 40, you have to look at what happened last time. Is it 40 as well? Okay, if it's 40 as well, it's a good news because if you look at it carefully, 465 to 185 is almost 300 times increase in revenue. So you will 3 times your money at least by doing Cradle. Okay, if you really own it. So now it's about looking at Q4. I don't have the Q4 here because I only asked them to give me 6 quarters. This is why doing 8 quarters is better. So you can see, season to season, summer to summer. Yeah. But anyway, let's look at Lockheed. Lockheed was like 6, 6, 8, 8, 8.5, 79. Margin. The margin was a bit down here. 29.35 here. Free cash flow 7. So it was quite nice. Free cash flow is definitely increases because they cannot buy back their own stock yet. Okay. So all of the defense company are not allowed to buy back their own stock because Trump wants them to spend money to develop their stock rather than buying back their stock. So there's still room for improvement for some of this, given that the war is still going on. So Netflix, Tesla. Okay. So I want to talk about Tesla and just to show you Tesla that the numbers of Tesla hasn't been doing so well, and they've been spending a lot of money on robots. So Tesla can go to 240. Okay. Tesla below 250 is such a good, is kind of like a okay news. Okay. Tesla before 250 is not the worst situation. But anyway, let's read some. Okay, Netflix. Let's talk about Netflix for a second. I want to talk about Netflix because we might be able to buy Netflix today, but let's look at the earning guidance of Netflix. You tell me whether we should buy or not. Okay. Hmm. Markets. Okay, I haven't finished drawing yet. So let me draw. So the first part is when the growth stocks really do well. The second part, once the growth stock do well, and then your value stocks start to do well. And what happened after value stocks start to do well? The whole thing crash. Yes. Value stock is going to come down. Growth stock is going to come down. Yeah, both of them is going to come down. Okay, that's usually what happens. So, for example, of these could be Coca-Cola. Let me show you how Coca-Cola react during all other ways. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is not really a value stock, but let's call it a value stock. So, C, this is during March time. Yeah. Coca-Cola, it's a value stock. Before that, it was just going nowhere. Can you see? Growth stocks doing really well at that time. This is before the war this year, Iran war this year. Okay, a lot of stocks have been doing really well. Cradle went up big time. A lot of stocks doing really well. Okay, before the war, Micron, SanDisk all doing well. Okay, before the war, and then after that, Micron, SanDisk started to struggle since like February time and stuff like that. While money switch from growth to value stocks like Coca-Cola, like Meta, if it's the low PE ratio, all of that. Defensive stocks, okay, like healthcare. So Eli Lilly, and like Pepsi, Amex, like Mastercard, Visa, like um even sometimes airline. Anyway, so you can see when the market switch, you can see, you remember Micron was struggling here. Micron was struggling on 5 of February this year, 24th, 2nd of February, they were struggling. And then suddenly, Trump comes in and say, you know what, guys, war starts. War starts 1st of March, everything come down together. That's the meaning. Can you see? I don't just give you theory. I show you exactly what happened. I repeat, growth stock went up first, and then the value stock started to go up. Like suddenly, Coca-Cola went up big time, and then start to come down. So this is why you can see, even though other stocks is coming down, some defensive stocks, some value stocks is going up big time. Coca-Cola went up big time. Okay, when Coca-Cola stopped going up big time, where everything is gonna come down together, no matter who you are. You can be mom, you can be dad, you can be sister, you can be value stock, defensive stock, everything is gonna come down. Okay? Usually. Maybe except oil if this war keep going. But I heard rumors that they are trying to build another river and it's gonna get done by next year so that you don't have to go to Hormuz anymore. Yeah. So oil, if it goes above 95, shorting at 95, oil is a kind of like not the worst situation, even above 90. But if it goes to 90, you have to mentally prepare it will go all the way up to 12K. So you need to make sure you have enough funds to go to 12K. You need to mentally prepare you're going to lose to 12K. The best way to avoid fear in life is to think about the worst case situation. Okay? If you want to like get married and you are scared about getting married, think about what's going to happen when you divorce. Okay? If you are really scared about closing or switching off the light because it's late at night, you just watch a horror movie, it's really scary. Think about the worst case situation. What's going to happen? Why? He's going to come? No, they can't even touch you. So you're just going to go and switch off the light. Think about the worst case situation because fear are often imaginary. It's not true. It's just that you are imagining things out from your butt, out from nothing. All right? Coming back. So yeah, if you think of worst case situation, you'll be like, okay, so this is why the best way to get good fast is like Elon Musk, okay, go bankrupt then. Okay, do bad then. Okay. The word think of worst case, but if you have a perfectionist mindset, you're like, I'm gonna be perfect, I'm gonna be so perfect, you're not gonna do it. If you're gonna be so perfect, you're not gonna do it. Hence, every week we ask you to buy something. Yeah. So you get ready for the real situation. Anyway, so that is kind of what happened now. Let's go to some earnings. Okay, let's go to some earnings today, right now, just to see what beautiful things is happening. So today we got earnings of 28th of July. We've got earnings from Palantir coming in soon. Oh yeah, the software. The reason why software Microsoft has been doing quite well. Can you see no ending story? The reason why software has been doing well because recently we have a company called this software companies releasing their earnings and it's not so bad. So that's for Netflix. Oh, ServiceNow. Okay, that's what ServiceNow. It's one of the very big software people. So it's not the biggest, it's not as big as Microsoft, it's not the big as everyone else, like Palantir and all of that, but it's quite okay. But let's look at their earnings to see whether or not it's good. Okay, let's have a look. So despite people think that it's going to replace and all of that, let's see what they're saying. So next quarter, 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, people are thinking that AI might replace software because 3.8, 3.9. So it's still increasing a little bit. 2019, 21, 22.5, 20.5 reported, 20 CC. What is CC? So margin was a little bit there. Outlook growth 19 to 19.5. That is good. Next quarter operate. This is more important for me. Okay. This is more important. This is not margin. Growth is fine. I don't really care about growth. Margin is more important. 26 to 31. That's a huge news. That's a good news. So service now, a lot of Microsoft will be doing well since 22nd of July because, a lot of people are thinking that they're going to do bad, but they're still doing quite well. 31. 15.73, 15.7 is still doing well. 30.5, 31.5. So a lot of people think it's going to be bad. AI is going to replace them. But software are still quite okay. Okay. So that's why we see since 22nd of July, software wouldn't be too bad. Where are we? Where are we? 2nd of July. Just at the bottom here. It's actually the bottom of the market. Okay. 22nd of July, you can see here. Bottom of the market. Microsoft bottom at the 22nd of July. Micro. Yeah, here. Can you see? 22nd, 23rd, just around here. Okay, bottom here went up a little bit just then. Okay, so we need another software companies. We need another to tell us is it good or bad. Okay, a bigger one. How do you know when it's the next one? Here they give you everything. So what do we have? We got nothing Monday. Tuesday we got not a lot. So we have nothing going on today. What is this? This is July. Okay, let's look at what we are on today. 28, isn't it? Yeah, 28 is here. So we've got what? AstraZeneca, LVMH, Well Tower. Let's look at LVMH a little bit. AstraZeneca, let's look at that a little bit. And then what? We got Visa, Coca-Cola was doing well. We saw Seagate is really important, guys. Seagate is going to tell you whether the market is going to crash or not. HK Hynix, very important tomorrow. Microsoft, very important tomorrow. If Microsoft do bad next week, tomorrow, say goodbye to all of your software stocks. Okay? Metas as well. Meta was, if you ask me how was Meta gonna do, I would say probably gonna do bad. Probably. Apple. Apple is probably gonna do quite well. Amazon. Samsung Electronics. Samsung is a very important stocks. Yeah. To buy during extreme fear. MasterCard, Shell. Some. All right, let's look at some of them now. We're gonna go through. Oh, let's have a look. Coca-Cola, the one that released today or yesterday. So you can know when the bottom is gonna bottom. People often ask me, oh, where's it gonna bottom? Where can I buy stock? Look at these individual companies, you're gonna know. LVMH, AstraZeneca. These all happened yesterday. Here, we got Visa and Seagate and Boeing. This is probably too early, including now, please. Okay, let's look at Seagate ourselves, guys. Seagate Investor, because it just released today, so we have to do it ourselves. So I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. Go to Seagate Investor on Google, and we do ourselves. You open all of their salary out. Press release, you open all of them. And you compare. Rather than using AI, you compare yourself. So you read a little bit to see what they are saying. This is today, isn't it? Is it today? The date, 29th of July. Okay, it's right now, okay? Seagate, one of the most important AI sector, yeah? So margin was around 50%, cash flow, still got some free cash flow, which is quite nice. Retire, some share buyback. These are all in the past. We don't really read them, but just doing it for fun. Fiscal year highlight, revenue margin, diluted, all of that. Seagate, all of that. Seagate strong exceeded. We grew 34%. This is why this is one of our baby stock because it's more than 30%. Our performance driven by robust cloud data center demand, disciplined execution. We see momentum continuing, all of that. As AI accelerate, Seagate is well continuing, okay? Bubble is not popping yet, they say. But 2027, we're almost there. Seagate is well positioned to address all this demand, enable customers to do all of that. Okay. So if you want to read these for fun, you can see that gross margin improve a little bit, improve quite a bit. Yeah. Net income almost times 3. So if you bought them, you will make 3 times your money. So let's look at the outlook, which is the most important part. This is the only thing that we read. If you don't read any of that in the past, it's fine. Just read this. So we only read outlook based on assumption, providing for its fiscal first quarter. We don't really care about the first quarter, but they only give first quarter, that's fine. Revenue 4.1. With this itself, you're not going to know anything. So you have to compare. If I just give you a salary of 50K, 100K, 200K, you're not going to know anything. You have to compare what is your salary last month. So this is a salary last month, April 29. What is that? Providing his fourth quarter, 3.45. This is 4.1. So 3.45 and 4.1 is around 0.7. What about the one before? 2.9. 2.9 to 3.4 is also 0.7. So it looks like they are adjusting it. They make it very nice. 0.7. Nothing too big. 0.7 to 2.7, 2.9, 0.2. What? 2.5. So it looks like it's still really good. Revenue are still very good. Let me repeat, 2.5, 2.7, 2.9, 3.4, 4.1. Still good. Okay. If I'm gonna draw a graph, it will be like that, and then suddenly exponential, and then now like that. By drawing this graph, believe it or not, this is how the Seagate technology is gonna look like for the price. Because it's 2 point something, 2 point something, suddenly they jump to around 3, and then it jump to around 4. So 4 is a little bit of stagnant kind of here. Yeah. So that's kind of how it looks like. That's how you're gonna see the chart look like. Let me show you how the chart look like. We haven't looked at the chart yet. But let's see how it's gonna look like though. You can see what we say is quite good. You can see the market was dropping big time before. You already know what's gonna happen. Dropping big time before, and then after the earnings, which is right now, it started to go out a little bit. If they really want to make the AI go down, they will continue to go down a little bit. But Seagate is still a very good stock. You can see that's how it looks like. Exactly the same shape as how we draw. Okay, going out like that and then stagnant a little bit at the top. Okay, remember your data, your chart, how many Apple's phone they sell, determine how your graph, how you are gonna make money. Okay, most people they draw all of that beautiful stuff, but AMCD, CMCD, all of that, MACD, but you just need to look at the numbers. Yeah, most people will not teach you that. So very proud of you for willing to learn this powerful skill set. So what's the conclusion? The conclusion is, AI is still very intact, still very nice. Buying these during extreme fear is good. Okay. So yeah, nothing crazy. It's not showing really bad because the our guidance are still quite nice. Let's go to the EPS 7.3. I like the revenue more. This is 5. This is 3. This is 2. Yeah, this is 2.3. Yeah, that's fine. Looks quite okay. Nothing crazy about. What is Seagate? What is Seagate actually? Seagate technology. What do they do? What do they do? They do cloud data storage, computer hardware manufacturing, hard disk drive. What is that? Hardware, store, all of that. Okay. Not really AI related, but AI related. Okay. Not American data storage. Okay. Not completely semiconductor. So they're still doing quite okay, quite well. So that's how you do it without using AI, all right? Without using chat, whatever that is. Let's get Coca-Cola. And today you released their earnings, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Coca-Cola looks recent. They are raising their guidance. Wow, they usually don't, but they're raising their guidance. I have no idea. Is people drinking more Coca-Cola? If you read the earning transcript, you will know why they're raising the earning guidance. No reason. People drinking more Coca-Cola? It's crazy. LVMH, the designer brand LV, 22.5 plus 3 plus, so it's finally on the growth now. Okay. I want to make sure it gives me a proper number. So I'm going to ask him to do it again. Because when you have so many, they are not doing properly. LV, we could potentially buy LV, guys. But it's only growing at 1%. That's very sad. But it's a kind of like a turnaround. We need 8 quarters. Let's get 8 quarters of LV. So what do we have? We have -3, what is that? +1, -1, and then +1, +2. Yeah, it's okay. Renew confidence. It's okay. Remaining on margin. People are buying this a little bit now. So you could probably say LVMH is going to bottom here. So doing this at extreme fear is not the worst situation. So rather than buying LV back, you could buy this. Set a support here. Okay. Yeah. Tanker. Market was down. It was up 0.75 today. after the earnings. Doing earnings really well. Everyone was dumping because everyone's down, and then finally they go back up again. Yeah, beautiful. LVMH. You buy this, you probably buy in euro. This I would not put too much money in it because it's not really growing. It's like 3%. It's like a turnaround company. It's a defensive stocks because it's on a different sector. This is LVMH is like your Coca-Cola. It's like your it used to be a growth stocks, but they just no one is just buying LV anymore. And it's just stopped becoming a defensive stock. Cool. Let's have a look. We talk about the next part now. Can we buy LV? Let me see. So negative plus -3, -4, +1, +1, +1, +2. Renew confidence about protecting this a bit. I think you can. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit, just a little bit of LV. Okay. So let's put it on there. Today we're gonna recommend some stocks as well. So you know, what are we gonna do? We're gonna 28th of July. Yeah. Do a little bit. The best time to buy is during exchange fear, so it will go down a little bit. But doing a 10 pound on LVMH is actually a really good thing. Okay, so worst situation. We're gonna find a little bit more. Okay, let's look at Netflix for seconds as well. So 17th of July, 11, 11, 12, 13. Revenue growth just 12. Okay. It used to be what? It used to be 13, now 12. It's not the worst, but it's okay. 23, 22, 32. Wow, margin is growing, so I'm very happy with that. 12, 13, 51. Revenue range narrow and effectively lifted from margin unchanged, but it says increase though. Annual guidance. Let me ask him to do this again. Netflix again, because we need to do it properly to buy them. Okay. And let's see. Tesla past five outlooks. As we said, we're gonna have maybe we're gonna go up a little bit for the first week, second week of July, or maybe we're gonna come down a little bit using our seasonality here. So if it comes down, everything is gonna come down. So we will do some Netflix as well, but I'm just gonna get the right numbers for everything. Okay, so there's the earnings that comes out, but let's look at the news, guys. Let's look at the news, like how we always do. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go to companies. Yeah, and then we're gonna go to topics, go to equity, you go to corporate finance, and you get guidance decreases. Okay. So let's look at what they've got. Amcor, open that thing, Mikio, what's that? BetMGM, Mercedes, car sales. We talked about Mercedes long time ago, but it's just happened again. Health services, United Health, Alpha Resources. This is doing mining. Well Tower, Italy. Audi. Yeah. Talk about that big time. Volkswagen, 24th of July, more. Molina facing marketplace. Just look at everything that's doing bad first. And what else we've got? Oh, and go to page 2, everything is gone. Let's do it again. We need to complain. We need to email them and tell them that, something is wrong in their website. Because the whole thing gone. And I click next. Literally the whole thing gone. Crazy. Anyway, let's do it again. Market screener. News, all news, topics, equity, financial, guidance decreases. I go to page 2, everything gone. That's crazy. Okay, this is fine now. So if you go to news directly, it's not gonna go away. Volkswagen, we done the Volkswagen guys. SAP trim their profit. Okay, let's look at this. This is to do with software. American Airline, let's look at that. US Grocery, American Airline, Tower Foley, all of that. Page 3. Orion, what are you doing? What we are doing now, we are looking at which stocks is releasing some really bad news. And with that, we can short them, or we can short the whole industry, the whole short the whole sector. Okay. That's about that. Okay, let's do that one by one now. We're gonna go very fast. If it's good, we go to it's a semiconductor company, guys. 28 of 7, Amcor. What is it? So we need to use AI to tell us what happened here. So do the same for Amcor. This is a semiconductor company. Yeah, if you're worried about what your semiconductor company is going to do, look at the brothers and sisters and the mother. We talk about Lockheed. Let's look at Lockheed. Lockheed is 8.5. We've done a Lockheed just now. Credo. Credo was also quite okay. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna ask them to do this. Call. We can do it manually, but we're just gonna do it for now. Okay, we're gonna come back to this call. Medios cut outlook. Let's have a look. Medios cut outlook. This is a pharmaceutical company. Nothing much about this. I'm gonna remove that. Bet BGM is a gambling market lower expectation. Because of the prediction market, isn't it? So they're going go down. We might be able to short this. US forecast towards lower end and warn that profit target will take longer to achieve as competition intensify. Yeah, let's short this guy, guys. Bet MGM. I'm gonna short this. We're gonna do on our practice accounts as well if you are new, just because they have a lot of competition going on. We're gonna read more about that later. Mercedes, we talk about Mercedes kind of big time already. It's kind of a bit too late. Let's see what else. Can we still do it? Competition wrote down. Competition doesn't really say the numbers. I'm looking for Outlook, okay? Outlook only. I don't really see any Outlook. If you read it carefully, you can feel that how Chinese market is destroying some some cars. Mercedes cut sales guidance amid worsening. Where's the guidance? Where's the guidance? Expect to sell fewer cars than last. Slightly below expectation. Okay. Didn't really give us a number. We want the number. UNS lower from 22 to 23. That's very low. expect a net loss of 12, 14 to 13. That's not huge. The increase to a range up from, yeah, it's not too bad. Well Tower from 3 to 3-1. We could short these guys. Let's short this. What is this? This is a real estate investment fund. 2, 3, a little bit down. It would be nice to know the reason. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna short this. The shorting one we're gonna do on our practice one. Audi cut their guidance a bit too. Let me see how much they cut. Not really any numbers. Audi, get the numbers. Now 5 billion less. What? 58, 5 billion less. Margin 5%, 1% lower. Oh, it looks bad. Yeah. Okay. Audi works with Volkswagen. If they break that support line, it's going to keep going. They have a very strong support line right now on this cars company. Molina, 1.5 reduction from last guidance. Volkswagen, SAP. Okay, let's look at these guys. SAP is one of the software companies. So let's ask AI to do it. If this is going down, you can sell all of your software stocks now. Let's see. SAP. Okay, let's get Amco for a second. Amco 11179 1418 0.42. Good news, Amco are still doing quite well. So a lot of these AI stocks that came down can be a buying opportunity because Amco are still doing well. It's one of the AI stocks. So yeah, so it's just a temporary thing. Let's look at SAP. Can you see you have the confidence in you? You're not so scared when, when you read the numbers, even though everything is going so badly. So 21, 25, 25, 28. What is this? 23, 23, 26, 36, 33.3. Free cash flow was here. Operating margin 11.8, 11.9. It's very similar. It's like always similar like that. Very similar like that. Very similar like that. Their all pins very similar. Margin was kind of coming down. So SAP, yeah. Hopefully it's not. You want to know the reason why it happened like that? What is this? Previous new acquisition. So they were car was acquisition related rather than being caused by weaker organic demand. So we don't really care so much about the margin going down because they buy a new company. Tesco is buying Sainsbury at the moment. So it's good to know the reason. So you know that it's not due to the demand. People are still using software like usual. So software should still do quite well. Yeah, that's what they say on the SAP. But let's continue. Wix.com is another software stocks. Dahanel is lots of students buy this as well because of the guidance. So let's look. Raise his full year guidance, came in stronger, lower his top end. Medical equipment company. Okay, this is medical. And from 8.35 to 8.45. Okay, this is okay. It's a medical equipment company. Okay. So you can see DR Horton, Trim is full year guidance Maybe a high interest rate. What number? So 33, 32 is very small difference. IBM. Let's go IBM. Reporting card is full year software. Do we need to say anything? We potentially could buy IBM. Let me see. Me the past 8 most recent earning guidance of IBM. Yeah, we're almost there. I'm going to give you a conclusion what to buy, what to sell at the end. American Airline. The reason I go to pay a bit long because it's the earnings season now. Companies are releasing the earnings while we speak. So this is compared to previous loss of 0.4, now loss of 0.65. So American Airlines says they might lose a little bit more money. Okay. 0.4, 0.65. This is to do with a lot of oil. So we're just going to avoid that for a minute. SAP, we done that. SAP. So we've done all of them. Okay. The one that's doing bad is just something that's not really so much related. Just bad MGM, Well Tower. What does the Well Tower do? Real estate company. So that's kind of okay. Yeah, I'm not the worst. So what I want to do, we have Visa here today. We've got Seagate, we've got Boeing today. Okay, let's look at this as well. All right, we look at the bad news. Let's look at the good news first. So let's go to all news again. And let's look at some really good news. Yeah, let's look at some good news. So what do we have? We've got, let's look. Let me see what we have here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to topics. We go to these indices. Sorry, we go to equity. We go to same thing. Uh, Financial. And we go to increases. Okay, take a look and tell me which one we should be buying. What stock should we be buying? What stock should we be taking great returns? Now let's have a look for a second. Ayo. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Now, how do we read them? Okay, it's a bit tricky. So let's read them one by one. So the way we read them is we actually just open all of them. Okay, you can't read, you can't know, you wouldn't be able to tell by just doing this. You have to like open all of them. Bloom Energy. Let's look at Bloom Energy, one of the AI stocks. You just have to open all of them. Guidance raise, you just have to open all of them. Seagate, we just done that. Seagate was okay. Ford was okay. Let's go over it. American Towers, Coca-Cola, we've done that. And Xylem, Franklin, Sherwin, Hilton Hotel. Let's have a look. S&P Global as well. So a lot of here, some powerful one is here. But how do we? You can copy and paste and ask AI to filter for you which one increase so big their earning guidance. Usually we will just open all of them. Yeah. Obviously, we couldn't just open all of them like that. Guidance increases. So sometimes we don't just want guidance increases because it's so many. Margin increase, is there something like that? Margin expansion. Let's see. So what else is going to be here? Bloom Energies looks good. Seagate is still here. Is Coca-Cola still here? Yeah, Coca-Cola is still here. Xylem. Okay, let's look at that. Let's go to the next one. Franklin Sankey. Normally we just open all of them. There's no other choice, or you can just copy and paste all of these into AI just to ask them to filter which one really increased big time for you. But we're just gonna open all of them. PayPal, we might be able to buy PayPal, guys. Yeah, we might be able to buy PayPal straight away. UPS, you're gonna go through that. Centene, what is our United Parcel? And what else? Hilton Hotel, we done it. So that's to say, we just get a name and we just AI to do all the work for us. Barclays, Celestica, actually. Celestica is one of the AI company. Boston Scientifics as well. Yeah, a lot of things, guys. A lot of things. Just one day because there's so many companies releasing the earnings. This is why I asked you last week to find the best companies that increase their guidance big time. Type in the chat box if you found it. Samina, American Express reinvestment as a constructive. Baker Hugh. Cheesecake Factory. Wow. What else do we have? Vodafone. Raise their guidance. Wow. Because of the deal. Vodafone. We basically open all of them, guys. The reality is how we're gonna do. We're gonna open all of them. Lockheed was here. We've done that. American Express was here. Let's look at that. Intel. I told you Intel was quite good. Buying an extreme field is good. Verizon. Kawasaki. Decker Outdoor is one of the shoes company. Intel forecast, we done Intel. Okay, so once we found the companies, what we do, we just go and ask them for the past 5 earning guidance. That's about that. Nothing else. We don't really have to read like that. RTX was here. We done RTX just now. Nokia. Let's look at Nokia, guys. This is only 10. Okay. 23rd. It's only 4 days. Well, we have more at the back. You can choose just the country that you want, just United States. So you wouldn't get so crazy. Let's refresh one more time. Let's just do United States for a minute. And let's do equity, financial, guidance increase. This is on the week 4 training. Don't worry if you don't get it. And margin increase. Okay, so we are on page 24. Yeah, but July 24 just now. Lamb, all of that, Intel, Philip, all of that. What we are trying to do now, we're just trying to find companies, that's just gonna make us money, basically. Obviously, the best part to buy during extreme field, I was just gonna do something. As you say, you kind of already know what the stock price is gonna do by just reading the numbers. And that's what we are doing now by just reading the numbers. So a very easy way of what you can do, okay? If you can't do like that, what you can do, you can just do this. Just copy and paste this like that, okay? And you just put it on here, okay? And you tell them, This is what you do. And you just put on here and say, give me the past three most recent earning guidance of all of these stocks, guidance margin, outlook of all of these stocks, and of all of these stocks, as well as ranking them. Okay. Copy and paste all of that. Put it all on there and see what it's gonna say. And rank them. Okay. We copy and paste and put everything like that. And they're gonna put one by one rank for you. Okay. Stop thinking. I think it's too much for them. They can't do it. Yeah, AI is not good, guys. They stop thinking. Suddenly they stop thinking. You haven't even started yet. So you kind of have to put in a smaller chunk. It's too of a big chunk, I think. One more time. Let's see what happens. There's another one called this Plexi. Okay, let's try this. Because we just want to compare their salary, isn't it? So we're just gonna copy the whole thing and just put it on. Let's see what they're gonna say. There's another one on Perplexity. Let's see if it works like that. So let's see if we're smart enough to do it. I'm extracting. Okay, they're extracting one by one now. Okay, while they're extracting, let's do it ourselves step by step first. So let's start with Vodafone. Just trying to see what's going on with Vodafone. The UK company. Group anticipate upper end. So it looks good. Okay. Project at 13 to 30 billion. Expect to respond to release. However, there's no longer an upside, which is turned to high speed. But increase. You want the guidance, isn't it? So we can ask them to give us a guidance for Vodafone. Yeah, a guidance for Vodafone. So let's do another one. So we're gonna say, okay, let's go to Netflix. I was talking about Netflix. So let's finish that. I'm going to buy that. So this is 10 billion. This is 10 billion, 11 billion, 11 billion, 12, 12, 12. So it's normal. And the growth is not as, is it high? It's okay. The margin was good though. The full year revenue also good. Yep, 13. Yep, it's actually growing from 12 to 13. That sounds good. So let's do this. Let's buy Netflix as well. So the real money you can do like, um, £40 on Netflix. Okay, you can do it straight away. That's fine. Okay, actually, I'm going to tell you when to buy them as well on Netflix. We're going to wait for the little. Yeah, you can definitely do it straight away, and then on extreme fear, and then you add a little bit more. Okay, because it might come down, but that's fine. Because we're doing a little bit now first. Okay, so while doing that, let's go to Vodafone. So we look at a few companies just now. Vodafone. What else? Then do one by one. It's crazy. Because today we released so many companies. So they are ranking all the guidance for you now. They didn't really say the numbers, so that's really sad. There's no numbers being raised. Okay, there is. So 23rd of July, 8.4 to 8.85. They say this is the best. Unfortunately, it's not. Met pace. We need to know the numbers before. 17 to 19. RTX 6 to 7. That's okay. Allegiant. We need to know the one before. United Rental, 44 to 45. That looks good. What is this? United Rental. Because of the margin increase. So I kind of like this. Daimler Truck, 3.2, 3.6. Waste Connections, 2 point. The rest is not so big anymore. The rest is very similar, where they're less bullish. Molina, Southwest, West Pharmaceutical, all these five. But pharmaceutical, So once they give us a five, we're gonna do it again. Okay, we're gonna ask them again. Um, Give me the past three most recent earning guidance outlook of these companies and rank them which increased their guidance the most compared to the previous quarter. We just want the highest increase in salary in the latest today. That's it. Yeah. Let's see what's going on beautifully right now here. Do. All right, let's have a look. What's his name? CFGHIJT. Let's have a look. So compared to all of that, it looks like RTX is quite okay. Largest revenue growth. Okay, let's see. This is 9295,829. Margin was out. We done that. We done RTX already. 719. It was okay. West 33710. Yeah. Met space 28. Okay, that's fine. It's not like huge. The one is RTX potentially. Let's see what RTX stocks doing. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to our Vodafone. You can see we're gonna do one by one like that. So 1813, 2.6, 2.6. Guidance updated. Expect upper end. So this is an upper end. So rather than past eight, we can just do past three. All right, let's do one by one. Cool. So Vodafone upper end. Upper end is okay. It will be even better if it is, higher than the upper end because of the deal previously guided. So it looks good. Vodafone. Might be able to do this. Thermo Fisher, not enough to meaningfully change. So it's the same. Lockheed, raise through consistency, strength, raise their guidance. There are also some contracts coming in, missiles contract, award, all of that, raises guidance. So yeah, Lockheed Martin still quite well if the war is not ending. American Express fall despite strong. I think should we do American Express falling space? I think we did Amex just now. Verizon. Let me look at Amex. Rather than eight, we can just ask for like five. Otherwise, it's too taxing for them. Yeah. So I put Netflix there. Let's find another one. Let's see what else can we kind of do. Cheesecake Factory. Wow, that's crazy. This Cheesecake Factory. Full year guidance 4.5 and over 5. Say full year now looks beatable with the potential. Okay. Viral social media buzz, successful app launch. Wow. Cheesecake Factory. Might be able to come back to that. Vodafone. Let me see. It's too long. Let's get cheesecake. Cheesecake Factory. This is gonna go even higher. Wow. Who is loving cheesecake, guys? Okay. It's not the best, but 4 to 8. Okay. Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, you can see that, they kind of say in there already that they're gonna be doing well. I can't find it anymore. Let's look at this. Bloom Energy, 2.5, 2.55. Oh, let's see what we have. What is this? 3.7. Yeah, we kind of need the Bloom Energies as well. The guidance for Bloom Energy. Let's do that. Guidance of Bloom Energy because it's an AI stock. So let's look at guidance of Bloom Energy. Give me the past most recent new guidance of Bloom Energy, including today, because sometimes they skip today's one, which is crazy. Where are we? This is where we are. Uh, raise their guidance from 2.2. Okay, this is raising the guidance. This is a global data AI center. Yeah. AXL service is also an AI. So yeah, you can see they do like to do with AI and global data. So yeah, AI is still intact. Can we buy Micron today? Let's have a look. Let's look at this X X service first. Okay, we got that. Let's do the X service, including today's as well. Just to see how this is doing. So 3.4, 3.9. So Bloom Energy just released their revenue margin 34, 800, 2.5. So how is it? So it was increasing 12% unchanged, operating income 25%. Yeah, still increasing, even though it's not as huge as last time. What about this X service? Seagate, we done it. We've done it. Seagate is a good buy for extreme fear. We done Seagate. Ford. Ford is a car company. You're not going to do a car company. Coca-Cola, because of the World Cup. Oh, yeah, they're doing well because of the World Cup. People are drinking more. Expect that. World Cup was quite nice for them. Many people. Profits will increase because of the World Cup. Okay. Hilton. Outlook adjusting 3 to between 2. So it's increasing a little bit. Not the worst. SB Global from, did you really say what happened in the past? Yeah. Revenue growth 5%. That's okay. Not the best. Xylem 2 to 3 is the same. Royal Caribbean Cruise 9%. What about before? So we might have to go back and to see what happened before Royal Caribbean. So we just ask do the same for Royal Caribbean. So this is X service. This is 2, 2.2, 2.3, 2.39. So if you look at it carefully, even though it increases, because we plot all the four earning quarters, you see that they didn't really increase a lot. 2, 3, 3.39. Okay, increase a little bit actually. Yeah, 10, guided 14, 2.18. Yeah, this looks good. X service. We can buy this now. Let's have a look properly. Let's get past 7 earning guidance. Just to give a little bit more data. The more that you have, the happier you're gonna get. Okay, the more you have, the happier you're gonna get. Royal Caribbean. What is this? Okay, Royal Caribbean is like 15, 17, 17, 17.7, 2.3. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. So it's increasing, you should decrease, and suddenly it increases despite reversing field-driven cut. Okay. So let's look at this X service again. This is the AI company. Let's see what they say. So we have a little bit more now. Let's look at the season to season, Q2 to Q2. So this is 2 to 2.5. Now it's 2.3 to 3 point that. And then it was 11 to 12. Now it's 10 to 14. It looks really good. Yeah, it's not bad. So if you look at the guidance changes by quarter, it's 1.8. That did you really say? Today guidance was, yeah, was all good. Compare, removing. What's the conclusion? Very bullish. Yeah, it's quite consistent. The caveat is a 30 mil. There are some comes from the acquisition, comes from expected acquisition. Nevertheless, underlying business also ahead of previous forecasts. Yeah, both looks good. So let's look at the chart of this guy. It should crash big time, like everyone else's, and then tank a little bit today. So that big thing is due to due to what? It's due to splitting of the stock. Cool. So that's what happened. And if you look at where we were, that's what happened. So let's go back again. So yeah, if you see, look at the numbers, even though it increased recently, however, if you look at year over year, they actually haven't changed. So Q2 and Q2 last year was 2, and now it's just 2. So you will see, you can plot the graph already. 2024, they are just been 2, they just been 2, they just been 2, they just been 2, they just been 2. So you can see that this chart is just going to go sideways since 2024. But right now, since it's always been doing that, unless it's really started to double, Nvidia double, Micron double, Credo double, everyone double. So these are not really doubling. Okay, you want to compare within their brothers and sisters. If you compare like that, it looks like 2.3 to 2.39, it looks okay, it looks increased. But if you compare to brother and sisters, they improve even more and better than this. Yeah, it might go up, but in the grand scheme of things, compared to their brother and sisters, it's just not as luxury. So yeah, for the past, you can see the graph ever since we plot, it's just gone sideways because the numbers are only going sideways. Remember, we don't just buy stocks that is we want to buy turnaround stocks that's doing really well. Yeah, this is doing good, 2.3 to 2.39. But if you compare to everything, it's not something it has never happened before. You want something that's never happened before, yeah? Like doubling the money. Okay. So that's happened. Well done. Let's look at the next one. Royal Caribbean. PayPal. Well, we might buy PayPal today. Let's have a look. So let's ask you to do the same for PayPal. Do the same for PayPal. Let's see. Raising their forecasts, beating expectations, all of that. Posting revenue. Okay, let's read this. Brand checkout, raise their annual targets, now aiming for five. This is not huge, 5.35 to 5.31, expecting EPS down in the low single digit or slightly after previously expecting a down. So it's good. It's not the best, but it's really better than having nothing. Yeah. And some people trying to buy PayPal, the whole companies as well. So Cool. Let's look at the next part. The next part, okay, PayPal. So let's look at PayPal. Can we buy them now? Let's have a look. So PayPal has been a very valuable stock. It's been always there. So 4.9, 4.955, low single decline, declines. From decline, it finally gets to, oh, what's going on? What happened? Uh, okay, from decline, yep, 4.55 from low single digit decline, low single digit, approximately 5.35, slight decline, and then what? Slight positive. Yeah. EPS and TMS. So it's a raising a little bit. It's not like massively raised, 5.35. Last time it's already 5.35. It's not a massive raise. Uh, They have been doing quite like stagnant like that. Yeah, they've been doing quite stagnant. Hmm. They need to up their game a little bit. Okay. Approximately slight positive growth. Yeah, very small growth. It would be nice to double, five double to 10. Wow, your money is gonna double. Okay. United Parcel. Expect seven, profit around eight, revenue nine. We need to know the numbers before, yeah, to short this. United Parcel. What about before? Hilton. We done Hilton just now. It was quite similar, very similar. Barclays, 31, 31. Okay. You give the numbers before. Celestica is one of these like hardware supply chain. So let's look at this. Exceeded company guidance. That's a really good news for this guy. Let's see if we can buy this. The result exceeded the company guidance. What about for the full year? Expect revenue of 20. Pre-was was 19. 10 to 11. That's a layer, not huge. The same for Celestica. Did anyone find anything that's double? Like, did you find any double? Let me know if you found anything double. The revenue double. What is this? This is Boston. Boston approved a cut costs. You're gonna cut costs. You're gonna cut costs. Estimate will be there. Expect to renew that cut costs. Expect to the post result. Boston Scientific. Okay. Cadence. It's one of the hardwares as well. Expect a six. Previous was six. Very similar. Philips beat second quarter profit. Philly is a healthcare. Samina Corporation is a manufacturing from 13 to 14. That's not huge. You want double. American Express guidance 10. Maintain. Maintain. Let's look at American Express one more time. Do the same for American Express. Let's see what's happening here. American Express and Baker Hugh. Someone was talking about this. There's no guidance here. You can't really do many things here. Yeah, no guidance. Cheesecake. Cheesecake is a very interesting Vodafone. Cool. We almost done everything. Say now 4.99, previous 4.95 is very similar. Verizon. What else? Deckers. This is a shoe company. Used to be what? 7.3, 7.35. Started to, grow a little bit. Nike should go up as well. 74 software, 15 to 16. This is a software stock. So software is not getting beaten like what we expect. RTX, but Microsoft is going to tell us on Wednesday. RTX, is a defense company. We done that. I think it will still be really bright. Okay. Even though the war finishes, it might come down a little bit, but because Trump is going to give them more contracts, so it's quite to build more ammunition. 3 to 7 provider. I want to do Nokia. Might look at Nokia. T-Mobile expect temporarily hit from new pricier plan. Not crazy. American Express, we done that. Review full year guidance, reduce. Okay. Boston, we've done that. Visa. Visa supposed to release their earnings today. Let's look at how Visa did. And Boeing as well. Okay. Do the same for Visa and Boeing. Just the last two, and I'm going to give you a conclusion. Do the same for Boeing and Visa. All right, can we buy American Express? Let's have a look. They released their earnings yesterday or the day before yesterday or last week. Let's see. So it was 8, guidance growth was 10, and it was 10.3. Very similar. Everything is maintaining, okay? Not like crazy. Yeah. Everything is maintained. So the stock should stay dead sideways. Let's look at Boeing and Visa. Visa, formal numerical full year growth guidance. Boeing didn't. Okay, let's get Boeing. Transition improve a little bit. Okay. Let's get Visa. Okay, so that's what we did. We go to one by one just to look at the most important one, and then we study them to see if it's worse, if it's good, if the stock price came down, but the revenue was doing well, the companies are making more money than ever. Like Netflix was like that, was actually do quite well. The numbers wasn't too bad. It was going numbers was actually quite positive, but the stock was coming down, so it's giving you some discount to buy. Visa. Low end teams maintain. Yep. So everything's all maintained. So nothing going on. Maybe you might raise rates, etc. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened. You do one by one, you read through it to see if there's any crazy things going on. I think the crazier things is gonna come on like tomorrow Microsoft. If Microsoft don't do well, the whole thing is gonna not well. Amphenol, yeah. What else we got? We got a little Meta here, Chipotle, Starbucks, all of that. L3 Harris still gonna do well. Yeah, L3 Harris. MGM Resort. I think we've done that. And we have some. I think yeah, this is what we're looking at. Mastercard, Shell, Apple. Is it? Is it Apple coming in? Amazon. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the one to look for. Hmm. Can you see a lot of these first what companies release earnings? The first companies that released earnings was like Micron and all of that. So overhyped, it came down. And the next part that released earnings is just a little bit of the like a hardware. And then we have some Microsoft going on, like service now. And then it's just a normal now, just normal Apple, Amazon, the big guys. So everything comes when everything released, the earnings finishes, normally they came down. Yeah, because earnings finishes, nothing to look forward. And then they came down, and then extreme fears happened, and then great chance happened. So that's kind of what happened. So if you ask me what to buy now, this is what I recommend. 20th of July, you buy 10 pound of that, 10 pound of Netflix. Also do another 10 pound of yeah, another like 10 pound of IGUS sounds really, really beautiful as well. On your practice account, you can go on to short this just for fun. And yeah, you can short it till end of September. Okay. For these a lot of these crazy companies, BetMGM and Welltower. All right. So that's what happened. Very, very exciting now. We are very close to extreme fear situation. So yeah. So for apprentices, you're just gonna get ready, you want to get ready so that when things comes, you kind of like very excited as well. Remember, in order to change life, you don't need a lot, you just need one or two. Yeah. Wow. Quite a long session today because we are doing earnings. So at least you learn about how to do earnings in a powerful, proper way. Okay. What you've learned today. Today we talk about the cycle of life where growth and then value and then everything comes together. Okay. We learn about the importance of bottom-up analysis, really going from the bottom to the up. Yeah. We learn about sometimes stocks can be coming down, but the numbers is good. They're still really good as well. Okay. So that's kind of why we also learn about being patient and being disciplined is really important. We also learn about a lot of these top companies. They are massively investing in themselves to take their life to the next level. So that's kind of what smartest person in the world are all doing. We're trying to do Tesla. Let's do the last one, Tesla. Okay, that's it for today. And do the same for Tesla. So let me look at the chat box to see some questions going on. If Microsoft is low PE now, do we wait till the extreme fear? Yeah, Virtual Extreme Fear is quite nice. If you buy now or Microsoft, you are not sure whether Wednesday they're gonna go up, they're gonna come down. But I think they shouldn't go down too big. But they might spend more money on their capex because a lot of these hyperscaler, a lot of these big companies are spending more money to invest in themselves. So it's a 50-50 situation. But if it comes down more, then yeah, depends on the guidance. If the guidance is doing well, then software should continue to do quite well. But yeah, we're gonna wait for extreme fear. This stock dropped before. SP Neil is asking, is it good to buy or wait till the lowest? Lowest is good. Extreme fear is good. How about Tesla has dropped a lot? Would you buy when we hit extreme fear? Yeah, Neil, I will. Should we buy a pending order on Micron? Waiting till that is even better. Sell hit doing, let me see. Google is a value pie where we should do see it as a support. Yes, during extreme as well. Can you talk about where trim defensive stock? Um, we look at the numbers. The numbers are very beautiful. No need to trim. Netflix signed a deal with China. Nice. Bloom Energy released a guidance 14%. Well, nice. And BKR, NXP, AMT, Sunday's drop. Yeah, celebrate. Sunday's drop 11%. Very good. Race full. Everything was dropped 11% today, guys, because of all of that. Race full year because of the what? The guidance of no guidance. Nothing to do with the business. It's just it's what? It's just a swapping of semiconductors. So Bruno say thank you, you're welcome. And I would say if that's a situation, keep going and help on it. Just read the guidance. If the guidance, was not doing so well, then you kind of want to get ready. So sometimes looking at the absolute resistance can be quite helpful as well, looking at the seasonality, when it's gonna turn and stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah, Tesla is always having a ceiling. So it's around 450. So you can look at the ceiling 400, 450. I usually sell when it gets around more than 400, trim a little bit by little bit. But if you just have run You just have to just leave it. That's quite fine. I will just leave them for now. Just leave it. Okay, Alvin saying thank you. You're welcome. Who have we got? We have Ali, Allah. Ali, how you doing? Alvin, Anil, Ann, Bobby, Bruno, Carla, Chris, Claire, Esther, Evelyn, Ejon, Jack, James, Jano, Kim, Christian, Lottie. Mo, we are doing well. Rani, Rob, Stan, Zati. Where have you been, Zati? Can't wait for you to get to the next level, Zati. Awesome. That's it for now. And hope to, yeah, next week is going to be even more earning guidance, guys. Please come with companies that double their numbers, please. So we don't have to spend so much time to go to one by one. Even though it's nice, you kind of remember, you kind of know what's going on with the economy when you do that. It's not too difficult. Look, we go through 500 companies today easily, and it's not even too hard. Yeah, it's not even too hard. Make sure you put on this that we talk about Ali. Okay, the trade. Companies earning this good, I think no sign of market crash. Yeah, not crazy. Let's look at Apple, let's look at Microsoft. Yeah, it's true. We look at some things that's going down. There's not a lot of crazy things going down. If you want the market to crash, Apple needs to crash. Meta needs to crash, big time. Revenue needs to go down. But we don't really not really seeing that. This week you're probably gonna know if you study a little bit. Tesla was showing some really bad numbers. Tesla EPS was on negative. Where's Tesla? We were doing Tesla just now. Yeah, here. So, where's numbers? So they didn't really show the numbers here. They're just saying what's happening. Broad maintain more capex intensive. Yeah, they're just spending more money to invest in themselves. That's what happened to Tesla. But the rest is quite good. Yeah. If you want to know what's gonna happen, just read the earning guidance, market screener, just go one by one, and it takes 5 minutes. With a lot of things to helping us right now. Awesome. Cannot be more excited for apprentices. Okay. Price is gonna double soon, so get in now before we come to the main stage. All right. Speak to you guys soon. Take care now. Christian says, should I sell on Microsoft with little profit so my price I can free some fear? You can sell half, Christian. Not the worst. I think the earning guidance is tomorrow. The earning releases on tomorrow evening. So you can sell the resistance. If I'm going to sell Microsoft, this is how I'm going to sell it. I'm going to show you a little bit of the chart analysis. You don't need to know this, but just going to show you a little bit. So, I personally think Microsoft can go all the way to all-time high, but there might be some turbulence. So if let's say there's some turbulence, the next resistance, there are a few resistance here. The first one which is there, and then the next one will potentially just be the highest point. So that numbers is just I'll put it on that kind of number. What's that? 40500. A little bit there, just if you want to be very particular. But yeah, you want to be super particular. But yeah, taking some profits out if you're scared, that's fine. Not the worst situation. You can do it for something else. If I own some, I mean, if you're already making money, yeah. If you haven't made money yet, then you want to make sure you make money first. But if you already make money, then you trim on your profits on the high is quite nice. Yeah. Because what is going to happen on that day is that, it's going to go up and down massively. And yeah, and no one really knows what's going to happen until you read it through carefully. Well, you will know what's going to happen if you read their peers. Okay. If you look at their peers, who's their competitor, of Microsoft and how is their news. We look at a lot of competitors just now. I think that demand will still be good, but we're just not sure whether they're going to spend more money. Yeah, like ServiceNow was also good, but they were spending a little bit more money. Um, yeah, it could be a good news actually. It's not too bad. Let's look at seasonality of this guy, Microsoft. It's a 50-50 situation. Yeah, when in August, July time, it's around there. And it's the last pullback before coming back down. Okay. Not the worst, not the worst. Let's look at VIX. How's our VIX doing? Give me a minute. We haven't finished our crazy analysis. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click this. Let's see if anyone is buying now. What is this? It's quite close here. Let's see what's the number. I'm gonna see the number of that. Mm-mm. How do you close this? It's weird. Normally they have an X mark. That's crazy. Zoom in. Yep, let's have a look. So it was quite close on Wednesday, 50 to 34. It's get bigger now. It's not too close, but you can see the spike here is where everyone gets very scared. 3rd of June, everyone is selling. That could be a reversal. Now we're just waiting for it to get closer. Now it's 1 to 3. All right, not bad, not bad. 29 on that. He's on the top on that. Fair value is that. 42. Is it high? 42? Let's have a look. We go up 46, 52, 49, 51, 43. It's decent. 42 is decent. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. So it's not a 50-50 situation. So that's fine. Microsoft. I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna go to the moon eventually. It's just a matter of time. Literally, it's gonna go to the moon. It's a matter of time only. We have a volume spike here, going out nicely. So trimming a little bit is fine. Awesome. Well done. You asked a good question. That's it for now. And I will see you soon. Daily trading, do you recommend on trading 212? No, you don't have to do daily trading. Not really, not for now. Maybe on the elite trading. Should I sell on Microsoft? Okay, awesome. Speak to you soon more. Text me. Take care. Bye-bye. Zati, how are you? Ali, nice to see you. Ali is doing well. Ali, are you gonna do the stocks that we asked you to buy today? Hopefully you do, yeah. We recommend some 2 or 3 stocks today. Just click a button and do it. Dr. Ricky, you want to watch a week 3 video again and book a call? Bruno, how are you? Christian, you're doing so well. Janos, Jay. Who is Jay? Patrick says, sorry, you want to book a call. Awesome. Speak to you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.